Good afternoon, participants. Welcome to the last session of day 4, AICT sponsored STTP on cybersecurity, phase 2. This session will be taken by engineer Suresh Kumar. I welcome you, sir. And now I request Professor Sachin Bagga to kindly introduce the sir formally. Sachin.
Very good afternoon to all the participants. So our next speaker is Mr. Suresh Kumar. He is at present assistant professor at Meerut Institute of Technology, Meerut. So he is having about 16 plus year of teaching experience, and he remained HOD head of the department in the previous two colleges. He organized various funded FDPs and trained many number of students to bridge the gap between the academic and industries. He also implemented the Bloom's taxonomy to make students more skilled, and he has done number of certifications from Adobe, IBM, and Coursera. And adding into the bucket of him, he attended number of AICT Atal Academic, right? So with these words, sir, I request you to please share your knowledge with the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sachin. Good afternoon to one and all. I am thankful to all of you for giving me a chance to represent my knowledge and sharing my knowledge with all the persons, fraternities, academic fraternities. Basically, in the academics, if we are sharing the knowledge with each other, that will increase, that will multiply the knowledge of each other person, everyone which is involved in conversation. So let us start with the topic academic leadership during COVID. Actually, I have prepared academic leadership as well as cyber security, why cyber security is required. That also I will take the one or two slide in the concluding lecture, where it is connected with the academic leadership also. Some might be thinking, is there any connection between academic leadership and cyber security? So I will be that part also I will be covering in the concluding slides, last 2-3 slides. I will be concluding that one also. So let us start academic leadership. COVID-19, everyone, everywhere, even from a tender year boy, girl to a what we can say senior citizen, everyone is aware with this COVID-19 crisis, which have been since January, and it affected in India from 15 January, around 15 to 20 January, when it has been reported by the China in the WHO, World Health Organization. Then seeing the scenario of the rising cases of COVID-19, our central government has also taken precautions by doing the physically lockdown. Like at one point, for an unprecedented 6 months, global physical lockdown has made disruption and ongoing reality for the majority of the world's education system. If we talk about the lockdown has impacted each and every section of the society, every section related to, except e-commerce, each and every section it has got impact. Economic sector, agriculture sector, and most disturbed impact of the COVID is on the education system, because in our in India, basically, or Asian countries, especially in India, in education we are having the academic year from July to June. As per the courses in engineering education, technical education, we are going from July to June, and during 3 days from April, May, June, we are preparing for the next coming semester, next admissions academic year, and these all June, July, August, except till September, it was under the impact of the lockdown. Till now, also we are not fully open from the lockdown. Still essential services are open only. Gradually, it is being opened. Experimented to open some schools and colleges, and then it has seen the rises in the cases of corona. So again, schools and colleges are shut down. We have seen, you might have gone through the news day before yesterday that IIT Madras, located in Chennai, opened, and 424 tests were done. From that, 104 cases were found corona positive. So they again shut down the college. So still we are not out of this global pandemic. This pandemic has disrupted a lost. We lost very much loss we have gained from this pandemic. especially education sector. Fine. So now there are challenges for the academic leader, either a director or a dean or HOD, head of department, and being a professor also, lecturer also, we are also academic leader. So there is a challenge in front of us. There is a challenge in front of us how student will learn the things. Here we got the time to show our leadership that there is a crisis, how to take this opportunity as a challenge, as we have heard many times, that convert your opportunity, convert your threat into opportunity, how to utilize this threat, COVID threat, into opportunity. This is a major challenge in front of us. This is a major challenge. Let us see how we can convert. Still, I think all will be aware with this one. Still, I will be covering 2-3 things, how we can convert these things as per my experience, and again from the lot of webinars and FTPs during lockdown also, and after that also. See, our new academic year just started as per the technical education calendar of the UGC, that from 5th December, this 30th November was the last date for the admissions, and we started with the classes. Now there is a new normal. Uncertainty is the new normal of the world, including the education sector. What is this new normal? Are we same before the corona crisis? As we were dealing in our day-to-day life, we were taking the education, we were teaching, students were learning, even sometimes somewhere also we are learning either in PhD form or postdoc form, or some short-term courses we are also learning. Is the teaching and learning is the same? If we are talking about the academic scenario only, now onwards we will be talking about academic scenario. Is it same pre-COVID, during COVID, and when this COVID era will be over? Still we are not over from the COVID. Still we are in the dilemma that vaccines are coming, whether it will be more effective or not, and it will be recovering or not. We are still in dilemma whether what will be the life, what will be our life after this COVID. It's unknown to us. Total uncertainty is there. This uncertainty is the new normal in front of us. We don't know what will happen, whether in the new year we will be fully recovered from it, or still the same process will be ongoing, or how we will be dealing, or it will be totally eliminated from our life. uh, we don't know. This uncertainty is totally new normal. Day before yesterday also, Bill Gates, uh, chief founder of the Bill Gates of Microsoft, has also told us we will be back to normal in 2022. 2020 is still the year of precautions. We don't know what will happen in 2021 also, whether this COVID will be controlled or it will grow exponentially. As per the graph, which we can see from the last week pattern, the graph pattern of the COVID cases in India especially, this is declining at a very good speed, which is a very healthy sign. Okay, it is declining. But whether this, what is the reason for this declining, we don't know. This is winter season also. Maybe people are not coming out of the houses due to winter. They are staying into their house. Earlier it was enforced lockdown. Now it is volunteer lockdown. Due to winter, we are into our houses, even into our rooms. We are not coming out, and we have covered ourselves also. Earlier time we were not covering with mask or any face shield. Now due to winter we are covering our with monkey cap, you can say, or some cap or muffler. We are covering ourselves. Maybe this is the reason to reduce the cases, or any other reason, we don't know. This picture will be cleared after 15 January, 20 January, when this winter season will be over. Gradually temperature will be increasing, then we will come to know what was the reason of the declining number of cases in India. Okay, so here comes the academic leadership. COVID में इतना कुछ हो चुका है, so much is going on, so much uncertainty, what to do, how to teach, how to learn. Challenges are before students also. During lockdown the paradigm shift has been done from the physical learning to the online learning. Just a twist is given to the learning process, and there are challenges in front of the academic leader, how to tackle the things. First 3 months, 25th March, the lockdown has been announced, and we were in chaos. What to do? 15 to 20 days, we were not knowing what to do, what is going on, what is the best. We started with the online teaching and education. Some leaders has taken the challenges. They started with the online education system, online teaching and learning. What was done? Some lecture were recorded and it was uploaded either on the WhatsApp or any portal or sent to the students via any communication channel, either through email or Google Drive or YouTube channel. It was done and it was sent to the students, or link was sent to the student on their end. They were browsing the things and they were checking the things, they were watching that videos also. Up to certain effort, because there was a suddenly there was a paradigm shift, we opted this one and we started studying. But the areas in India, the areas where we even didn't get the electricity, we are expecting that a lot of good connectivity will be there and student will be learning. We are in the offices, we are in the metro cities, we got broadband connection, so it's very easy for us to record and upload the things, but it's very difficult for the students in far-flung region, how to download or how to watch YouTube videos or YouTube channel. If we have uploaded our lectures on the YouTube, how to go through that one, it was a challenge for the student. Okay, so if learning is not done, our teaching is of no use. This is of no use. And during the time, we have seen that time and research has shown that education leadership is a key factor in student outcomes and well-being. Now I would like to raise some point that why student come for learning, why student learn something, why he is doing graduation or post graduation or certain diplomas, why he or she is coming to the college. What are the reasons which make him to come, enable him to come into the campus? There are a lot of advantages of the campus learning and teaching. Social behavior is learned. If I talk about, I have attended one session, one FDP in NITTR Chandigarh way back in 2005, if I remember, under Mr. Anand. He told why this education is required for a human being. Why this education is required. I'm not talking about the technical or medical, like general term, why this education is required for a human being. Then he has answered, and I remember very much, and during my teaching also I implement this thing. That is also one of the goal. Holistic development of a student is the prime goal of the education. Holistic development means changes in his behavior, his learning pattern, and applying that knowledge which he or she has learned during the education system, which he or she has learned, and how to apply, where to apply these things. Until unless we are not inculcating into the student, our teaching and learning is of no use. So here comes the role of educational leader. What to do that these types of outcomes should be met in online learning, online classroom teaching and learning. These things should be met, because this is the total responsibility of the educational leader on the of the campus or the department or the subject. We as a teacher also, we are the educational leader of our module or subject which we are teaching. This responsibility totally lies with us. Okay, and overall development of the student is the responsibility of educational leader, that can be involved from the director or HOD. So at a time when the structure and system of the traditional education model have been completely unraveled, this good leadership become more critical. It's very difficult for a leader to meet the outcomes which has been defined earlier, student outcomes and well-beings. It's very difficult to match that outcomes. Here come the challenges for us, how to do these things. Even during prior to COVID-19 also, conversation among education policymakers and experts had turned toward building 21st century learning paradigm. भी 21वीं सदी में हम एजुकेशन का पैटर्न क्या रखा जाए, कैसा किया जाए कि हमारा बच्चा स्किल्ड भी हो, नॉलेजेबल भी हो, और उसमें प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग टेक्निक्स भी हो, एबिलिटी भी हो. इस तरह से कैसा, हाँ, दो some Bloom's taxonomy has filled that gap also. little bit. 50 to 30 to 40% that gap has been filled by Bloom's taxonomy. The colleges which are implementing this Bloom's taxonomy, okay, they are getting the changes in the outcomes. They are matching the outcomes which has been defined, either course outcomes or program outcomes, in the terms of student behavior. Also, these there is a change. There is a positive change in the students' learning also, with the help of Bloom's taxonomy. So that time also, before COVID also, we were thinking how to switch to the online learning, whether it is possible in India or not. This is a challenge in India for online learning, because mentally, psychologically, we are not prepared for that. We only think that going to school or college is the actual learning, and meeting with the teachers or guru, and attending the classes, giving the attempting the assignments, solving the questions and exercises, attempting the test and exam, that is the learning. Because after testing we can come to know which has been what percentage of the learning has been done into the student. So that is the traditional method which is set into our mind, and we still we are also of that type. हाँ, ये learning तो वैसे ही हो सकती है, जब तक कॉलेज नहीं खुलेगा हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. अगर हम पेंडेमिक की बात करें और पहले की बात करें, तो हमारे माइंड में यही चलता है that same type of learning process is going on. Until unless we are not getting admission into any college, we cannot learn something. Though these all technologies, all meetings, all Zoom conference meet or Google Meet were available earlier also, but we were not interested in that, and we will say, okay, that's fine, but I want to learn something from you, sir. When should I come into the college, or personal tuitions, when should I take from your side? Okay, that was a mindset which has totally been changed by the pandemic. Okay, see the second point, the outcome of the so-called approach is 21st century learner is would be a problem solver capable of taking on challenges of our ever-changing world. We can inculcate this attribute of a problem solver capability into the student. Until unless we are not doing the same thing, until unless we are not aware and we are not doing practically, we are not implementing, how can we inculcate into the student also? Okay, we cannot inculcate into the student. So this is up to us. Firstly, we will be implementing, then we will be transferring it to the students. Perform, reform, transform. I remember one lecture of the Prime Minister in which he has said this is the duty of us to perform, reform and transform. हमें perform करना है, हमें reform करना है और हमें इसको transform करना है. Same in the case of students also. We have to transform the student also, that learning process also. See, this COVID-19 has taught us anything. It is that the time to implement such a future forward approach is now. If this corona pandemic has not been happened, this Google Classroom or Moodle or Google Meet, yes, Google Meet and Zoom conference meet also, this might not have happened before 2025. We were not even planning to so this might not happen, as per the studies saying that this might not happen before 2025. So due to this boost given by the corona pandemic,
Suresh sir,
Anji,
sorry to disturb sir. Sir, just want to confirm that actually the slides were not moving.
okay,
Yeah, now it's moving, sir. Right.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this third point of this slide is that if COVID-19 has taught us anything, it is that the time to implement such a future for approach is the right now. Right now is the time to implement our approach. Otherwise, all the industry experts were saying the technology which we have, only the plus point of this corona pandemic is that COVID-19 pandemic is that we have shifted to this future forward approach. Just right now we have shifted. Suddenly we have shifted to that one, which was possible only in 2025. 2025 that was possible, but due to pandemic we were seriously switching to this future forward approach. That is, everything is going online, online learning, teaching. Such transformation of our the most transformation which we have seen is in our learning systems. Okay, which is a challenge for the academic leaders, school leaders, and students also. So here comes the leadership content. What a leader can do during this corona pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, what leadership can be shown. The leaders which were very good, the persons which were very good have simply switched to this one. Suddenly they have shifted overnight. They have changed the pattern, study pattern, teaching pattern. If I remember that we also got a call that we have to teach online. This was a challenge. Earlier we started with the mobile phone conferencing with the limited number of calls or limited conference call were limited. Only 15 participants can join or 20 can join. That way we have taught. Then Zoom came. We have taken Google Meet, Zoom, Google Meet also came into picture. Then now we are so much habitual of the Google Classroom now, or Moodle 2.0 or 3.0. We are so much habitual of that one. If the things reset to normal also, as has been calculated, it will be in 2022. Still, we will be opting these technologies in our daily day-to-day life. Will be opting these things. Definitely, we will be opting these things into our day-to-day life. How we can implement these things? Classroom that is there. How we can implement these things into our life, that totally depends on the leadership. If academic leader, academic head of the institution is not looking forward to change into the paradigm of learning, nothing can be done. This is the total responsibility of academic leader. Only it depends upon him how to do the things. If he or she is aware of the technologies, paradigm shifting, that what resources, what technologies are required, what expertise level is required, then only that institution can move on. Otherwise that institution will be left behind. So this is all for the upgradation. The end level user is the student. They are more updated or aware with the technologies in comparison to the existing teachers or directors. They are more aware than us. The the prerequisite for online is connectivity. Actually, this is the thumb punchline of the uh, teaching system is the connectivity. Connectivity in terms of connectivity with students, connectivity, communication connectivity, how we are communicating with each other. The first thing is the connectivity with the students. See, a teacher, if I'm talking about normal eras, teacher is coming into the class, it started teaching, he will say, some student, sir, ye samajh nahi aa raha hai, he or she will say, baith jao. Last 5 to 10 minutes, I will be giving you for the query session. I will be keeping it for the question. Don't disturb me. Just go through the slides which I am teaching. Okay. So student will be frustrated in the end. He or she might forget what she or she want to ask. The better is to tell, as the student is asking, just tell him the right answer that time. If we are knowing, if we are not knowing, we can note down it and we can cover it into the next class also. Here we are losing the connectivity with the student. If we are teaching to that method, we are losing the connectivity with the students. Okay. The if we are simply started, we came into a class, simply started teaching and not connected with the student, like that is like you are simply broadcasting what you are saying and the receivers are not tuned. Receivers are not tuned. First thing is required is to tune the receiver in physical classroom also, and most essential in the online teaching also, online teaching and learning pedagogy also. This is the most prerequisite thing is to tune the students, and it is the most difficult thing in online teaching, how to connect with the student. Here leadership comes. Here is the leadership comes, academic leader. Here they have to work out how to connect the students during teaching, online teaching and learning, how to connect with the students. It's very difficult, though it's very difficult, but we can do up to certain extent, though 100% exact matching cannot be done with the physical classroom, but there are certain things where we can match these things with the traditional one. How we can do? If any participant can suggest something, I can take the suggestions also. If anyone is interested to suggest me how we can connect with the students. thing, because connectivity is the prerequisite in teaching and learning procedure. If receivers are not tuned, there is no use of the broadcasting. This is the what you can say mool mantra of the teaching. First you tune the receiver, then you start broadcasting. How traditionally we can do, some students they are having the fear of teachers. Some teachers are very strict, so they might have fear, they are automatically tuned. Some are very much frank with the students. The student there are also connected. Okay, so these are the things which were physically possible. But what about online classrooms? I'm in the Google Classroom. Okay, I started Google Meet and student connected and disappeared. He is logged into the system and disappeared. Switch off the mic and video, and he or she is nowhere. How to connect, how to make our lecture interesting, how to connect with the students, what can be done? There are many things which can be done, but I want to take suggestions from audience if they are listening to me. If anyone can share their knowledge, okay, they can tell to me. They can send a message or anything. They can, any mode of communication, they can let me know. It is there. Okay, no response from user side. Okay, then okay, firstly I will start that the one thing is how the teaching paradigm has shifted from normal to online classroom. The very first thing is earlier we were teaching into the class. We were giving the students, teaching the students, and then student was answering our queries and attempting our test. But now the scenario has been changed. This is not possible. We are using the term flipped classroom. Have you heard about flipped classroom? Flipped classroom. Flipped classroom. Flip means upside down. Okay, flipped classroom. If you have any idea of flipped classroom, we have to use flipped classroom. Flipped classroom means we have just flipped the system of the teaching due to this online teaching. In this flipped classroom, what we will be doing, we will be just sending the notes or the slides which will be covering after which we will be covering in the next session, that will be sent or uploaded over the Google Classroom, and in the class that ID which we have meant with that particular subject, so that will be uploaded into that classroom. Student will be going through that notes or slides which we have sent, and next day we will be having an interactive session. We will be having an interactive session with the students. Okay, students, this one, this will be saying that students, this interactive session that you have gone through these slides, let us have a talk on these topics. Once or twice a week we have to implement this method. Students, let's have a talk what I have sent you through mail or WhatsApp or Google Classroom uploaded. Let us have a talk what you have studied. Okay, this innovation, this is called innovation. This innovation we have to do in our teaching and learning process. That student, we have to involve the student more and more. Earlier also it was said before COVID also that interactive classes must be done, more involvement of a student should be done in the classroom. And this online teaching and learning has given us the way to implement these things. Okay, so we will be asking the student to go through that one, and again next day we will be discussing on thing. Okay, I have sent you this slide from 1 to 5. This topic is there, you have gone through this one. Let us have some conversation on this topic. What do you think about this? The student, one or two or three students will be telling three points. They will be letting us know, sir, उसमें हमने ये हमें समझ आया है, that we think that this is the outcome of that paragraph, भी उसमें ये कहा गया है, आपने जो notes भेजे उसमें ये बताया गया है. So there one person, one student starts, another will be starting automatically. That is brainstorming session. Another student will be saying, yes, sir, I've gone through this one. This thing is coming out of this one. So automatically 3, 4, 5 students will be involved, online involved. And then we have to come in the end of session, we have to come with the conclusion slide. Okay, I've sent you the notes. This is the question. We have discussed about this technology, 4G or 5G, we had discussed, or IoT. What is IoT? I've sent some material on IoT. Then I will be going with the conclusion slides. This is the conclusion, that this is IoT and these are the benefits, these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages. This way we can involve more and more students into our teaching. Here we have to show this innovation will help us to increase our academic leadership during the teaching and learning process. Okay, this we have to implement in our teaching and learning. And this quality assurance and quality control will be done by the academic leader. There he or she has to check the Bloom's taxonomy level of these slides, whether these are as per the requirement or not. If we are teaching into the first year, what will be the level of slides, and if we are teaching into second year or third year, what will be the level of Bloom's taxonomy level of the our notes or our slides, how we are interacting, how we are giving the material to the students, which material level of material we are delivering to the students. That will be our academic leadership concerns. That will be the concern of academic leader. Okay, see, they leaders can see opportunity during crisis. ठीक है, हमारे पास crisis आया, corona pandemic आया. How to take the opportunity? What opportunity? What the academic leader has done during the crisis? The academic leader, they have flipped the classroom. Good leaders, they started during in their institutions or organization, they have flipped the classroom. They started with the this same process which we am talking about, that sending the notes and slides to the student. In prayer, students were studying that one, that in the evening it was shared with the students. Next day or a day after that day, that we will be having a conversation lecture on that topic. The main goal of us is to that students should learn something. Okay, so this is an opportunity here for academic leader who are goal oriented. What is our goal? Holistic development of the learner. So goal oriented, risk takers and strategic long term thinker to create a spiral of success and gain a competitive advantage by regenerating veteran faculty in the redesigned educational environment. The educational environment has been redesigned. This corona has made the mind of all the students, redesigned the mind of the students to learn something. Earlier students who were not coming to the class, they were not able to learn the things, but now that is not the scenario. Okay, now they are mentally prepared to attend online also. Nowadays, since this 1st December, as a government has given the restricted opening of colleges also, now the mode of, but in that a lockdown specification, they have mentioned that it would be option of the student to go online or offline, whether student want to learn offline or online. Redesigned educational environment is there nowadays. So whether to go for offline or online. Some student, those who are nearer to the institution, they might be opting the offline procedure and some might be opting the online procedure. So what institutions are, good academic leaders are doing, that 3-day classes will be offline and 2 days will be online. This is the option. This is up to the student whether he or she want to come for offline classes or want to attend online classes. So this all education system, educational environment has been redesigned. But one thing is always there, we cannot match the learning outcome of the physical classroom. This must be kept in the mind. We cannot match the learning outcome of the physical classroom. Still, as per the crisis there, our opportunities there, we have to just wait a minute. We'll be doing that one. Wait a minute. I think I forgot to connect it with the power, so might be.
Suresh sir.
Yeah, just wait a minute. I forgot to connect it with the power.
Okay. No, not an issue, sir. Thank you.
Mhm. That is why I connected voice from another device so that I will be in communication.
Right, sir.
Wait a minute. Just- Open mobile also. Not sure. Is it visible now from the phone? Another device?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Till that laptop is charged. I forgot. Sorry. Okay. Now on the audio and video from the same device might be breaking sometime due to net connection connectivity. Connectivity also, here comes the connectivity issue also, that already I was telling that the major problem is for the teacher or academic leader is to connect with the students, either in the form of learning or in the form of any telecommunication connectivity, how to connect with the student.
Yes, sir. Very right, sir. Yes.
This is the major problem which we are getting, either in physical classroom or in a online classroom. Same problem is coming. Okay, that solution I was recommending, how to connect with the students. Okay. So it's a time for academic leader courageous enough to disrupt the long-standing patterns of behavior, to challenge opinions and organization norms and disrupt the status quo. So this is the right time for academic leaders. Those who are interested, they can go to change the scenario. All organizational structures which we were doing normally, that can be changed. They got the power to change each and everything which was done earlier in a traditional way. Best example of online teaching or learning, if we can say, is I have attended many Coursera courses also. I'm not promoting any organization still, which we have learned during that pandemic. So see, we got very much time during that pandemic. So I try to go for some certifications courses also. Coursera is also a good one. There I have seen the very good implementation of SaaS, cloud computing, software as a service model. I have seen wonderful implementation. That also I will be discussing in my coming slides after this one, this academic leadership, how to do, how cloud computing helped us in this corona pandemic, and how it is related with the cybersecurity also in the coming slides. Okay. So those leaders can successfully navigate the transition to remote learning with flexibility. This corona has given the option. Students are ready because they have paid the fees also for that session. They were ready to learn something in any way. They were saying, okay, we are ready to come online also, just teach us. Just give us the material, because they were fearing that during the examination, what they will be doing. So they were having certain fear at that time. When the rumors came that no examination will be there, then they have taken it very lightly, that whether learning is going on or not going on, they didn't bother. That was another scenario. Okay. But earlier, when after 25th March, in April, mid-April, they were very serious about learning. Sir, आप WhatsApp से notes भेज दीजिए या recorded lecture भेज दीजिए. Okay. तो उसमें काफी सारा बच्चों का इंटरेस्ट था और वो हुआ भी, इम्प्लीमेंट भी हुआ, isn't it? This is given the option for the leaders to do the things, to implement their ideas which were not a recipient earlier, even by the teachers also. They were not bothering, such ठीक है, physical classroom is the better option. they were saying, but due to this one disruption, all have to switch to the another paradigm. Since the present disruption is the only temporary, academic leaders will be presenting with a dilemma as they rebuild the things. Next slide. Yes. Okay. So this is all about academic leadership. Now I will be switching to how cloud computing has helped us during this corona pandemic, how it has helped us a lot. Okay. Cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Firstly, I will be just giving you overview of the cloud computing, how it came into picture. Earlier it was also there, how it helped us and how we got benefit during lockdown from this cloud computing technology. What is this cloud computing technology? How? What is this one? How it helped? If anyone got the ideas, can share into the message box. Cloud computing. Okay. Now I'm coming to the cloud computing. Cloud computing. Okay, okay, it is running from phone itself. अब लैपटॉप वाला डिसेबल हो गया शायद. Mr. Sachin, has you disabled another ID from hosting?
Yes, sir. Sir, no, nothing like that.
Okay, and
Actually,
my laptop.
once sir it log out, it's automatically the rights are being taken back.
Okay, okay, just
I can, sir.
just enable it. Okay.
Yes, 1 second, sir.
Actually, two channels I am using for the connectivity, है ना? So that way voice doesn't break. Otherwise, screen sharing and voice from the same communication device, that will break the voice also. Quality of voice will not be good sometimes.
Suresh sir, will you please check?
I think done. I think done. Okay, done. Okay, we are coming to the cloud computing now. Academic leadership क्या है, हमें क्या जरूरत थी, what is the requirement of academic leadership, or what are the challenges in front of academic leader during this crisis? We have discussed a lot. उनके सामने course outcome, program outcome, or fully holistic development of each student. How to match that outcome? These are the challenges. How it can be done? This totally depends upon the academic leader. Flipped classroom is one of the technique which I have discussed. How to met with that challenge. How to connect. That is the main problem. Okay, where some technologies are helping us in corona pandemic. One of them is cloud computing. Now, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a technology which utilizes the internet centrally isolated server in order to sustain applications and data. The very first thing is the internet connectivity, broadband internet connectivity. This is prerequisite in terms of cloud computing. Cloud is nothing but a new name given to the internet in the market. This is a new name given to the internet, and computing means computational power, which we are going through our laptops or tablets, or in the small terms, micro terms, in our mobile phones. See, everything earlier, everything was in our desktop. We were doing all the calculations, all computational power is being recorded, done through our desktops or laptops, right? Everything was done like that one. Nowadays, after the distributed computing and virtualization and virtual memory, virtualization, virtual machine concept, everything scenario has been, these all things evolved gradually actually. Earlier mainframe architecture, then client server technology, then distributed architecture, then virtual machines and virtualization helped us to switch to the cloud computing scenario, computing technology scenario. These virtualization has done a more, virtual machines and virtualization has done very much. With this cloud computing technology, it utilizes the internet and central isolated server in order to sustain applications and data. हमारे system पे, if I am using Windows and I want to use Linux Ubuntu, how to do that? What are the how many ways I can use Linux or Ubuntu on my Windows machine or Windows on my Linux machine? What are the ways? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Okay, no answer. Earlier, everything is done in, see this, it started with the virtual machine also, virtual machine, virtual box also, virtual machine also. I'm having Windows operating system. I want to write some application for the Linux operating system, and I want to test it also on the Linux platform, but I don't have that Linux machine with us. Linux machine means any desktop or laptop which is having a Linux installed. You want to Linux installed. I don't have that machine. So what to do? So this concept came, either dual booting concept is there. I have to restart and boot into the another operating system. That's fine. In the bootloader, we are giving two operating system files address. Which one we are selecting, that will be uploaded into the RAM. But the main problem is that was to restart the computer. That was a major problem. How to transfer the files also, again some sharing folder was there, and we are doing these things. So then era came of a virtual machine. Virtual machine is a type of application which we will be installing in our operating system. I am using Windows 7. Then I will be having virtual machine. Okay, that virtual machine I will be having installed this on my Windows 7 machine. उस machine के अंदर हम क्या करते हैं कि we are installing another operating system also. That virtual machine will be working as a host machine for another operating system. वो वर्चुअल मशीन ऐसे काम करेगी, जो उसके अंदर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इंस्टॉल होगा उसको ये लगेगा कि ये वर्चुअल मशीन ही मेरा डेस्कटॉप या लैपटॉप है, मेरा एनवायरनमेंट है, होस्टिंग एनवायरनमेंट है. वो उसे that machine, that operating system installed in virtual machine will not come to know that this host machine is also as an application on another operating system. This will not be this will be an abstract to the, this will be hidden to the new operating system. We will be installing virtual machine just like MS Office we are installing, or Google Chrome we are installing the virtual machine. We are double clicking on that one. There it will be asking want to install any operating system. I will be going for Ubuntu. So Ubuntu ISO must be there or with us. That image file must be there. Operating system image file must be there. Especially for the virtual machine must be there in our hard disk. I will be giving the address that that operating system will be installed. Whenever, then after installation, I will be starting the machine. That machine will be started Okay, after machine will be started, run option is there basically. उसमें एक run option होती है, play करते हैं उसे, प्ले करने के बाद जो हमने ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इंस्टॉल किया होता है वो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इंस्टॉल हो जाता है और हमारे सामने उसका इंटरफेस आ जाता है, कमांड लाइन इंटरप्रेटर आ जाता है या वो इंटरफेस यूजर इंटरफेस आ जाता है, इधर CUI और GUI, डिपेंड्स व्हिच ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम वी हैव इंस्टॉल्ड ऑन दैट वन, वो हमारे सामने आ जाता है। तो उस पे हम अपना काम करते हैं, उसमें स्विच करते हैं, अपना काम करते हैं, हमारा सारा काम उसमें हो जाता है। फाइन, दैट इज वर्चुअल मशीन कंसेप्ट। वर्चुअल मशीन हम उसमें करते हैं। मेरे दूसरे लैपटॉप है जो Ubuntu उस पे इंस्टॉल है, इस पे इंस्टॉल नहीं है, अदरवाइज आई माइट हैव शोन टू यू। और चलिए इसमें थोड़ा ओवरव्यू ही चाहिए हमें, तो उस पे हम उस पे इंस्टॉल कर लेते हैं। उसमें हम मल्टीपल मशीन्स, उस मशीन के अंदर मल्टीपल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं। Ubuntu nowadays 20.04 is in the market, Focal Fossa or Bionic Fever 18.04. Any LTS versions are there, 18.04, 20.04, we can install. Okay, any operating system, even we can install, we can see the interface of these virtual machines were also being used by the company to sell their software also. Like Apple, you are a Windows user or Ubuntu user, you want to purchase Apple machine, MacBook Pro, but you are not familiar with the environment, how it works. Or a Apple user want to switch to Ubuntu or Windows, he or she doesn't know how that will look like, उस पे काम करना कैसा होगा, क्या वो एप्पल की तरह होगा, और लाइन विंडोज वाले सोच रहे हैं क्या एप्पल का ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम सेम होगा, हम उस पे कैसे काम करें. So that way they were doing it for the marketing purpose also. You can visit to any HP store and you can see that virtual machine concept and Linux installed also. If you want to purchase a laptop, there are two options, want to go for Windows or Linux. So depends upon that, charges will be increased or decreased. Okay, so you said okay, this Windows operating system in HP machine is HP laptop is costing me 10,000 rupees with MS Office. I would like to go for Ubuntu, which will reduce the cost by 10,000. Okay, they will be displaying, they will be having a virtual machine inside that one, and you will be running that operating system, and you will be checking, okay, I can do it, I can go it with that one. Otherwise you are spending 60,000, 50,000, 60,000, and still you are not happy with the working of the operating system, everything will be lost, your money spent will be of no use. So you can have a flair or idea how that operating system works. This was the major advantage of virtual machine for which it was being developed. That machine was developed for this purpose. Okay, so day by day when this was done, the cloud technologies companies, but they have thought, okay, this machine concept can be done on the cloud also. You can switch from the any browser, either Chrome or Firefox or Edge. You can switch to my website also, and then I can move on to, I can ask you which operating system is required. You will be telling your priority. Okay, Windows I am having on my machine. Just I want to know the flair of a cloud Ubuntu Linux operating system. Okay, which version? 16.04, 18.04 LTS or 20.04 LTS? You will be opting, okay, latest one. I am going with latest one, 20.04. You will be opting that one, 20.04. So 20.04 you will be taking, and you will be doing all the things so that this much of this software is required, and that software will be pre-installed on that machine, and you will be working on that machine, and that will be build. How much hours you are accessing, that depends whether you want to take it for some hours or some weeks or some months or some years. That billing will be done on that one. This is called cloud computing. On the cloud, on the internet, all the computations are done with the help of a pre-connected internet facility, broadband connectivity. Your system is connected. Your system can have minimal computational configurations. Minimal means just to take the input from the user and receive the output from the virtual machine on the online internet, from the internet. Okay, this minimal configuration is required for to access the cloud computing, and it doesn't matter whether you are accessing it from Windows, mobiles, any type of hardware, any type of software. The main interface is the browser. Main interface is the browser, because we are accessing it from the browser only. Internet is being accessed from the browser only, so we are accessing it from the browser. See, if we are accessing it from Chrome browser, it is having the same interface for us on the. It is having the same interface on the mobile, on the Windows operating system, Linux operating system, even in the Apple, okay, Mac series, the interface is same for us, right? So this is what we require is any browser, especially Chrome browser, because it is a leader in cloud computing technology. This one is the leader, so we require this one. What happened? Okay, what I was talking. Yes, browser. I was talking about browser. That browser is the interface for the end user. All the Google Classrooms,
Sir,
all the Zoom meeting. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
sir, screen sharing is lost, sir.
Okay. Okay. Someone tried or how it happened? Now is it okay? No? Yes, it is visible on my phone also. Fine.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. So your screen is sharing stop. Okay. So the browser is the main interface between user and the user and cloud technology. That processing technology websites. That browser is the main interface between user and that one. So we don't require any operating system. We are free from the operating system. We are free from the underlying hardware, which type of hardware is there, because earlier we are in confused total confusion which way to go. i3, i5, i7, i9 also in the market. Okay, how much RAM is required to 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB. Now everything is done on the internet. Every computation is done on the internet. That's why this is called cloud computing. Second thing which has changed this thing, because everything is going online, whenever you switch on your laptop, you will be dealing with your operating system, Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Okay, you will be dealing with that one. But in the case of cloud computing, we just need to be familiar with the Chrome. So new type of laptops are in the market, which are called Chromebook. Chromebooks are into the market, which while we starting the Chromebook, we are just pressing the start button. What we are seeing, that interface of only Google Chrome is coming. No operating system is coming. Chromium is the operating system by the Google for the Chromebooks, for the cloud technology, cloud computing technology. Chromium is the operating system, and Chromebooks are for the cloud computing technology. Chromebook. In the Chromebook, switch it on. You will be getting it will be booted, and directly you will be getting the Chrome browser interface. No other interface will be visible to you. In the traditional laptops or desktop, the by default saving folder is C drive, or if in terms of Windows, or home drive. Home folder is in the case of Ubuntu home, and your name like /home/Suresh is your home folder for saving the files. Okay, but in the case of cloud computing Chromebook, yeah, default storage area is Google Drive. Okay, or any other cloud storage provider which you have taken the username password account, that will be used. That means earlier we are having in the traditional laptops and desktops, we are having all the computational power and everything in our laptops, and operating system is required for that one. We will be uh, through that operating system, we will be running the browser application, and that browser will be doing the things and saving all the applications data files on our hard disk. But in case of Chromebook, the things they here also things are flipped. Like in the classroom, we are flipping the everything. We are using flipped classroom. Here we can also that every functionality technology has been flipped from the traditional operating system to we are switching to the browser based machines. that browser is working as an operating system interface for us. Chromebooks, just open a Chromebook, and what we will see, that Chromebook is coming into picture. Chromebook से क्या होगा? In screen. Okay, ठीक है. Chromebook से हमारा इंटरफेस रह जाएगा, and that Chromebook will be connected with the Wi-Fi or broadband of our organization or our homes where we are using this one. Broadband connectivity or Wi-Fi connectivity there will be putting, that will be connected, and all computation will be done over the internet. One example of that one is, if I these things came to know when I was using I was doing that Coursera courses. I have done the Linux terminal certifications also. In that one, your screen is divided into two parts. Okay, the right hand side video is working, that it is showing the terminal of Linux. There it is written pwd, and the video is being played. It is coming print working directory, that you are in which folder you are in right now, /home/Suresh. I'm into the folder, and left side there is a terminal. Linux terminal is there, where you can actually type that command, shell command, or that prompt command, terminal command, that pwd you can write and type, and you can see the output also. Same, the screen is divided into two half. Right side, the video is being played by that one Coursera, and the left side you can do the practicals directly. You can do, irrespective of the operating system of your machine. You can work, you can feel and enjoy. You can take the feel of the Linux operating system, that all things you can do there. Okay, you can implement these things. So here cloud computing, actually cloud computing is a service. जो ये cloud computing बनाया गया था, उसका concept ये था कि electricity we are using. Okay, we are using ACs, fans, and fluorescent tube or LED tubes or any electrical appliances we are using, but we are not generating the electricity. The electricity we are taking it from a power plant, thermal plant, which who are generating it, they are supplying it to us. Though there is a meter in between us to meter the things, how much unit has been consumed. So, and that billing was done, and we are paying the bill. So we are using that electricity as a utility. So one person thought, why cannot we use the internet as a computation as a utility also? Over the internet, that computation has been provided. So all the things I was performing on my laptop, but that was showing the Linux terminal on left side, and right side the video was going on. I was learning the user side learning pattern is there instead of teaching side. I was learning on myself. One video is running on right side, and left side I was doing the things practically. This is a new form of learning things which we have learned, which I have learned during the Corona pandemic. So this is all to utilize computational power as a utility, okay, from the internet, that is called cloud computing. And how it is being built, that totally depends. We are what billing pattern we have opted, either for the hours we have. Suppose with the where it came, suppose I want to develop a application for the supercomputer. Fine, weather forecasting application मैं बनाना चाहता हूँ, develop करना चाहता हूँ, but I want to test it on my supercomputer, because weather forecasting, it's a heavy data, huge data. It can be done on the supercomputers. Calculations, tomorrow's temperature, what will be there, this can be done by told by the supercomputer only. On our traditional computers, it will take so many days to know the tomorrow's temperature, and that information is of no use. So I will be, or I have to break a code, like one country is going to attack on another country. Crypt analysis, if I want to go with additional laptop, maybe that another country might have attacked on the same country. So better to have a supercomputation power, but that will require for 2-3 hours only. I will be 2-3 hours only. I will be going for cloud. I will be going for a software as a service, and as well as a platform as a service model, that I require super computational power. 32 GB or 64 GB RAM is required, and this much of computation power, this much graphics I require, onboard graphics, and that machine, virtual machine, will be selected by me based on the selection criteria, hardware requirement. That billing will be done, and I will be using that one, that virtual machine over the internet in the browser. I will be using that one. When my work will be done, I will be logging out. The duration which I have consumed will be billed to me. So that is the pattern of the cloud computing, that computational will be used as a utility. Okay. So this cloud computing offers robust memory administration, no necessity to sustain memory on a personal system. Storage also, Google Drive we are using, storage also there. This is the definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means moving, चलते फिरते use करना computing को. The sixth sense, if we three, that one device is there. There is a time limitation, otherwise I might have shown you that video also on the YouTube, that how he has invented the device. The device is in around the neck. Okay, एक माला की तरह उसने वो डिवाइस डाला हुआ है, वो किसी भी बिल्डिंग के आगे जाता है, चलते फिरते सिटी में घूम रहा है, बिल्डिंग के आगे जाता है. ही जस्ट हैविंग द गेस्चर्स ऑफ हैंड लाइक ए क्लिक ऑफ फोटो. हाथ को अपने वो फिंगर्स को ऐसे करता है क्लिक, और वो फोटो क्लिक होकर उस डिवाइस के थ्रू सर्वर पे चली जाती है. That is ubiquitous computing, moving computing, चलते फिरते computation. Okay, that is the feature of cloud computing also. हम कहीं से भी कहीं भी connected हैं, cloud के through internet connected है, तो हम ubiquitous computing कर रहे हैं. Convenience also, no need to take your heavy laptops or desktops everywhere with you. So that is convenient also. On-demand network access to a shared pool of configurational computing resources. On-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Computing resources में देखिए networks, server, storage, application, services सब कुछ आ रहा है. Shared pool of configurable computing resources. Configurable means हम अपनी requirement के हिसाब से जो configuration चाहिए हमें computing resources की, हम उसमें opt कर सकते हैं. RAM अपनी इच्छा के हिसाब से, processor अपनी इच्छा के हिसाब से, जो हमें चाहिए हम उसमें ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं. वो शेयर्ड पुल है और उसको हम ऑन डिमांड कर सकते हैं. अगर हमें अभी जरूरत है हम अभी के अभी कर सकते हैं. दैट इज 24/7 अवेलेबिलिटी इज आल्सो देयर with that cloud computing. Our laptop might be not in order, or that RAM might be giving some problem, or a hard disk is not responding, but there we are having 24/7 availability of each and every computing resource. Right? Rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. Rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction means rapidly provision means हमें वो resources allocate करने में, provision करने में कितना टाइम लगा, उसकी rapidity की बात की जा रही है. कितनी rapidly वो provision किया जा सकता है. If I want to increase, suppose I want to start a startup. TikTok ban किया गया गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा. I thought to build a application, this TikTok application, streaming protocol की, अगर real time streaming protocol का use करते हैं application को develop करें, तो मुझे ये रैपिडली उसमें यूजर्स को एप्लीकेशन लॉन्च कर दी गई टिकटॉक जैसी. ओके, आई डोंट नो अबाउट द यूजर्स कि कितने यूजर होंगे. हो सकता है वो एप्लीकेशन हिट हो सकती है, हो सकता है वो फेल हो जाए. यूजर को अच्छा लगा, यूजर ने क्या किया, यूजर ने अपना अकाउंट बनाया, रिकॉर्ड किया. ओके, सम सॉफ्टवेयर एप्लीकेशन उसमें इनबिल्ट की जाती है, कैमरा के थ्रू वो रिकॉर्ड करेगा, उसको अपलोड कर देगा. How many users are registering and how many videos are being uploaded by them, that is unknown, that is uncertainty. If you remember, uncertainty is the new normal. Okay, तो वो मुझे नहीं पता चलेगा कि वो कैसे है. तो मैं क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग के साथ टाई अप करूंगा. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट आई कैन हैव ट्रेडिशनल डाटा स्टोरेज. डाटा सेंटर में अपना बना सकता हूँ, रैक्स पे हार्ड डिस्क रख सकता हूँ, परचेज कर सकता हूँ, सिस्टम से उसमें कनेक्ट कर सकता हूँ. ठीक है. Gradually the users will be increasing. It is a hit. वो increase वो होते रहे, बढ़ते रहे. बढ़ने के बाद क्या हुआ, suddenly there is some ban or ethically or any reason, तो वो gradually वो user decrease भी होते गए. 10 लाख user बने, 1 billion user, तो million user थे, वो reduce हो गए 1000 पे आ गए. Now my hard disk or my hardware is of no use, that is totally waste. Here we can take the benefit of the cloud computing, that we can ask a cloud server, cloud provider that, sir, this much of storage is required and we require it rapidly provision required, that जैसे जैसे हमारे यूजर बढ़ते जाएंगे उनका वीडियो रिकॉर्ड होता जाएगा तो हम उसे उसमें स्टोरेज को बढ़ाते जाएंगे और ईच वीक और ईच पर डे स्टोरेज की, ठीक है। तो हमें उसमें कुछ हार्डवेयर परचेज करने की जरूरत नहीं है, कुछ हार्डवेयर हमें उसमें खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं है और कुछ भी हमारी वेस्टेज नहीं होगी। हमारे यूजर्स बढ़ रहे हैं, वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग बढ़ रही है, एप्लीकेशंस में वो जो 15 सेकंड का या 13 सेकंड का वीडियो है वो बढ़ रहा है, तो हम उसमें करते जाएंगे। अदरवाइज रिड्यूस होगा तो हम रिड्यूस करते जाएंगे। सो देयर विल बी नो लॉस टू अस per user. There will be billing, how much storage is required, this much terabyte you are using, this is the billing method, this much terabyte। जैसे हमारा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल आता है 50 यूनिट्स तक ये रेट है, 100 यूनिट्स तक ये रेट है, 100 टू 200 यूनिट्स तक ये रेट है, वैसे ही इसकी बिलिंग हो जाएगी। And the beauty of cloud computing that we must require it, the provisioning must be done rapidly, which is done in the case of cloud. This is being done, okay, ये ऐसा होता है। These are the terminologies used in cloud computing. Cloud consumer, end user, definitely जो end user है, cloud provider जो provide कर रहा है, auditor जिसने billing करनी है, broker जो मिलवाएगा consumer को provider के साथ, carrier जो which is responsible for connectivity and transport of cloud services from service provider to cloud consumer. Okay, why we require cloud computing? मैंने इसको इसमें introduce क्यों किया है? If we are going for the online thing computing, flipped classroom, new technologies, new opportunities for the learning, we need cloud computing। अब हमारे पास जो स्टूडेंट है वो घर बैठा हुआ है, वो कह रहा है सर मेरे पास सिर्फ इंटरनेट है और मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है। हाउ टू एक्सेस the practicals which you are doing this on your side, how we can access? Okay, so like you might have gone through V labs, virtual labs, spoken tutorial labs also there, है ना? And we can generate the username and passwords of the students. They can have, if they are not having laptops at their home, on the phone they want to do the things, like online GDP compiler is there, that is software as a service, online GDP compiler. We can go to the site online GDP and .com and we can log in. That is free, so no need of login. We can write our code there, C, C++, Java, Python, TypeScript, any code we can write and we can implement it there and we can execute it there. Totally online we can do, and no need of a hardware resource also. I can show it also there. Screen sharing is on. Okay, I can show it here also. Okay. Online GDB compiler. Okay. Like this one. So we can have that. This is called software as a service model of the cloud computing. There is no need to install any software, any compiler on your machine. You can directly run it from there. Student is saying, sir, मेरे पास तो मोबाइल है, मेरे पास लैपटॉप नहीं है, तो मैं ये लैब कैसे कर सकता हूँ? Until unless practicals are not there in computer science, we are useless in the, if we are talking about BSc or BTech. See, यहाँ where we can select any compiler, Python, PHP, C Sharp, VB, HTML, Ruby, Perl, Pascal, Fortran, anyone, we can go with that one. And this sample code is there, I will run it. देखिए ऑनलाइन क्या होगा, बच्चा को कोड को तो बताया जा सकता फोन के ऊपर, ठीक है, वो कोड को यहाँ टाइप करेगा, उसके पास कनेक्टिविटी है. दिस कैन बी एक्सेस्ड फ्रॉम द फोन आल्सो बिकॉज वी आर यूजिंग इट फ्रॉम द क्रोम ब्राउजर. ओके, सो दिस कैन बी एक्सेस्ड इट फ्रॉम देयर आल्सो. यहाँ पे बच्चा इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकता है. दिस इज फ्री, सो देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ यूजर नेम एंड पासवर्ड आल्सो ना. सो बच्चा यहाँ से इसको एक्सेस कर सकता है. This is one of the example of software as a service model of the cloud computing. Cloud computing के सर्विस मॉडल 3 होते हैं क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग के. सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म एज ए सर्विस, एज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज ए सर्विस. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में हम बात करेंगे हार्डवेयर की, ठीक है, और प्लेटफॉर्म में बात करेंगे हम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स की, कंपाइलर्स की और फर्मवेयर टाइप के रिसोर्सेज की हम बात करेंगे. और सॉफ्टवेयर सर्विस में प्योरली सॉफ्टवेयर की बात करेंगे. 3 सर्विस मॉडल्स आर देयर, that is of the cloud computing service models, right? So why we require cloud computing in terms of academic leadership की अगर हम बात करें during this corona pandemic, जो हमारा स्टूडेंट है वो घर बैठे बैठे ऐसी लैब्स कर सकते हैं. पैरेलली हम भी करेंगे और बच्चा उसको देखेगा और बच्चा उसको भी इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकता है. This way we can bridge the difference between the online teaching and classroom teaching. हम हम उसको कम कर सकते हैं, उस गैप को कम कर सकते हैं with the help of cloud computing, right? So there are certain benefits also. अगर बच्चे को लैपटॉप नहीं खरीदना है, फोन से ही काम करना है, इसमें अगर ब्लूटूथ कीबोर्ड अटैच हो जाता है तो दैट इज वंडरफुल. ब्लूटूथ कीबोर्ड अटैच करके वो टाइप करके काम कर सकते हैं. इट रिड्यूसेस कॉस्ट. स्केलेबिलिटी मींस number of users are increasing, we just have to purchase more username and password from that SaaS model, software as a service provider, and we just have to increase the username password, उनको देना है, हमारी कॉस्ट रिड्यूस हो जाती है. स्केलेबिलिटी से हम उसको इंक्रीज कर देते हैं. कॉस्ट तो ऑलरेडी रिड्यूस है. रिमोट एक्सेस है, फ्रॉम एनीवेयर वी कैन एक्सेस. क्लाउड और इंटरनेट मींस geographical distance is a material which is most required in online teaching and learning process, so that is remote access. Disaster relief, maybe your near side tsunami wave came, you're near the seashore and tidal waves are there, everything is lost. Okay, that may be lost, but in this case everything is stored over the online cloud. Data storage, Google Drive, data centers, they are having the disk mirroring concept. Server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, server 5, one server is down, second server is up, same with the same data. Okay, so disaster relief is also from there. There is no fear of disaster also. Ease of implementation, see how easily I was able to compile my code in C++, how easily it was for me to do the things online. Otherwise I have to implement that DOS box in Windows, then Turbo C compiler, then I am capable to implement these things. Here directly I am visiting to site, selecting C++ compiler, and that is done. Okay, skilled vendors, response time, cloud computing की वजह से response time काफी कम है. Easy to customize as per our requirement. We can customize the machines also, right? Virtual provisioning also there. मैं जल्दी से एक तो slide हो रहा है, the time is very less, I will be covering. Pay per use model, as I have told you earlier, reduce investments. Okay, accessibility from anywhere, increase scalability, increase availability. Dynamic provisioning is the main thing. Elasticity होती है जो क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग पे कहा जाता है. जैसे इलास्टिक कभी स्ट्रेच करते हैं, कभी से छोड़ देते हैं, कभी हम मशीन्स, नंबर ऑफ मशीन्स 10 ले ली, 20, 50 ले ली, फिर उसको रिड्यूस कर लिया. दैट इज डायनामिक प्रोविजनिंग. दिस इज द मेन फीचर characteristics of the cloud computing, and Amazon is far behind than other companies in dynamic provisioning. Amazon Web Services. There are certain limitations also. उनमें main जो है, that is second one, data lock-in. The major problem is this one is that your data is locked with the data storage provider. If you have stored something in Google Drive, that is with the Google Drive. If it is done like 3 days earlier, Google was down, we were unable to access Google Drive, YouTube or Gmail. Our data was in Gmail. हम सोचते थे मेल क्यों ही है, वहां पड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है, जब जरूरत होगी हम ले लेंगे. That is data lock-in. Sometimes it happens, ये लॉक हो गया, हम चाह कर भी उसको रिट्रीव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. ठीक है. प्रिविलेज नेग्लेक्ट. प्रिविलेज नेग्लेक्ट क्या होता है? पैराशूट कैंडिडेट. You are visiting to a bank, you are having good relations, or that manager is your neighbor, यू आर डायरेक्टली गोइंग इनटू मैनेजर केबिन, वहीं पे आपका सारा काम हो जाता है। लेकिन यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ भी प्रिविलेज नहीं है। फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व क्यू लगी होती है, जो आपकी रिक्वेस्ट है वो उस हिसाब से रिक्वेस्ट को रिस्पॉन्ड किया जाएगा। ठीक है, रिकवरी बैकअप इट टेक्स टाइम, अनप्रेडिक्टेबल परफॉर्मेंस, समटाइम्स इट इज अनप्रेडिक्टेबल। एंड सेकंड लास्ट इज ऑफलाइन क्लाउड्स, वी आर अनेबल टू एक्सेस, जैसे मैंने आपको ऑनलाइन दिखाया तो हम वी आर अनेबल टू एक्सेस इट ऑफलाइन, ऑफलाइन हम उसको एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते, हमारा सब कुछ क्लाउड पे होता है। फाइन, कमिंग टू द कंक्लूजन स्लाइड ऑफ क्लाउड, an environment created in a user's machine from an online application stored on the cloud and run through a web browser. Web browser and internet connectivity is prerequisite for a cloud. This is a cloud क्या है? This is an environment created in a user machine. हमारी मशीन चाहे वो मोबाइल है, चाहे लैपटॉप है, चाहे डेस्कटॉप है, from an online application stored on the cloud. क्लाउड के ऊपर ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन है, लाइक सी का हमने किया है, या हम अपनी गूगल स्लाइड्स को भी देखते हैं, गूगल शीट्स है, गूगल फॉर्म्स है, ये सारा सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस प्रोवाइडेड बाय गूगल है, एंड रन थ्रू ए वेब ब्राउजर, सारा कुछ हम वेब ब्राउजर के थ्रू रन करते हैं। दैट एनवायरनमेंट इज कॉल्ड क्लाउड, उस एनवायरनमेंट को क्लाउड कहा गया है। जैसे इंटरनेट के ऊपर एक वेब होता है, वर्ल्ड वाइड वेब, ऐसे ही एक क्लाउड एक एनवायरनमेंट हो गया है। सो व्हाट इज क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग नाउ? दिस इज द मेन simplest definition of the cloud computing. Cloud computing is the using the internet to access someone else's software running on someone else's hardware in someone else's data center. Got it? Using the internet to access someone else's software. किसी का सॉफ्टवेयर रनिंग ऑन समवन एल्स हार्डवेयर, किसी और की मशीन पे रन कर रहा है और किसी और के डाटा सेंटर में डाटा स्टोर हो रहा है. That is called cloud computing. This is the beauty of the technology, that we are utilizing the hardware resource of another person and computational power of another machine and storing the data on another person's storage device like Google Drive. This is cloud computing. ठीक है, ये हुआ अब क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग. क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग के बगैर हमारी टीचिंग लर्निंग नहीं हो सकती. ये हमने एकेडमिक लीडरशिप में हमने देख लिया कि इसके बगैर हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. मैंने एग्जांपल दिया कैसे हम लैब्स को कर सकते हैं बच्चों के साथ, हम क्लासेस को कैसे कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं. अब सब कुछ जब क्लाउड पे है, सारा कुछ क्लाउड पे है, सब कुछ इंटरनेट पे है, देयर कम्स द रोल ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी. साइबर सिक्योरिटी एक ऐसा फील्ड आ रहा है. IBM का QRadar जो है वो टूल है, बेस्ट टूल दैट इज कॉल्ड फॉर द साइबर सिक्योरिटी, IBM QRadar. अगर हम साइबर सिक्योरिटी की तरफ नहीं जाएंगे, एनीथिंग कैन बी हैक्ड इन बिटवीन, एनीथिंग कैन बी फैब्रिकेटेड इन बिटवीन. ऑन द क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग और ऑन द इंटरनेट, you send a mail to your accountant that this person must be given 1 million rupees or 1000 rupees. In between 1 million rupees, we can say, in between someone is hacking that email and inserting his account number instead of that person, and $1 million and 1 million rupees is gone way. वो आपके हाथ से चले गए, आपको पता ही नहीं चला. साइबर सिक्योरिटी कैसा फील्ड है जो जबरदस्त आ रहा है. साइबर लॉज के हमारे पास बंदे नहीं है सीखने वाले. The most emerging field for the job which I think in the private sector is BTech Computer Science and LLB in cyber laws and cyber securities, IT Act 2000. जो बच्चा आज की डेट में इसको कर लेता है उसके पास बहुत ही जॉब्स होंगी इंडस्ट्री के अंदर. Okay, so all concluding the lectures, because we are near to the closing time, concluding my lecture, we started with academic leadership. How academic leadership, what is the responsibility of the academic leadership, क्या आउटकम चाहिए बच्चों से, क्या आउटकम लेनी चाहिए. अब उस आउटकम को डिस्टर्ब कर दिया कोरोना ने, कोविड-19 ने. उसको कैसे रीअलाइन किया जाए, रीडिजाइनिंग द एजुकेशनल एनवायरनमेंट. हमने रीडिजाइन कर दिया, टीचर्स को भी उसके लिए ट्रेनिंग दे दी गई, सब हो गया. अब स्टूडेंट्स को कैसे प्रिपेयर किया जाए उसके लिए, फिर क्या क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज की जाए, फिर उसके लिए हमने क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग का सहारा लिया. ठीक है, IoT is also one of the implementation of cloud computing. That IoT, Internet of Things, is also one of the implementation of cloud computing. Okay, फिर हमने क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग की हेल्प लेते हुए, जैसे हमने देखा लैब्स कैसे कराई जाए, प्रैक्टिकल कैसे कराया जाए. कोर्सेरा पे आप विजिट कीजिएगा, वो भी देखिएगा. rhyme.org है, उस पे भी हम ऐसे वर्चुअल मशीन बनाते हैं और काम कर सकते हैं अपना कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर. इवन I attended one FDP and that person was saying उसने मॉडल को क्लाउड पे रखा हुआ है, मॉडल को उसमें यूजर नेम पासवर्ड बना के उसमें आप क्लाउड पे मॉडल पे आप अपना काम कर सकते हैं. सारे सब्जेक्ट एडमिन के और दूसरे यूजर्स का सारा रोल असाइन करके आप उस पर काम कर सकते हैं. मॉडल इज stored at your hosted at your college server or cloud server. Okay, that is not known to the end user, but आपके लिए आपको पता है कि उधर है, आपने लॉगिन किया और वो हो गया, उस पे लॉगिन हो गया. दैट क्लाउड टेक्नोलॉजी वी आर टेकिंग द हेल्प ऑफ दैट वन. हम उसको होस्ट कर सकते हैं क्लाउड के ऊपर और पूरा काम ऐसे होगा जैसे हम फिजिकली क्लासरूम में कर सकते हैं. Since everything is online, there comes the role of cyber security. इस तरह से हमें साइबर सिक्योरिटी का फील्ड को भी और आगे कैरी फॉरवर्ड करना पड़ेगा. So this is all in all from my side, Mr. Sachin. Mr. Sachin.
Pankaj here, sir.
हाँ
Yes,
जी.
hello, sir.
हाँ जी,
Good afternoon, Mr.
नमस्कार सर,
Pankaj.
गुड इवनिंग.
Good evening. Good evening. कैसे हैं आप? How are you?
वेरी
So
फाइन.
anything, any participant want to ask something? Any queries there? So we can discuss. 1 or 2 minutes are left. Hardly 1 minute is left actually. They are welcome. Anyone? They can unmute or raise a hand. Unmutation can be done by host, co-host. No.
Yes, participants, if any candidate has any sort of the query, he or she may ask. So the privileges to unmute yourself has been allocated to all the participants. So you may drop the query in the group chat box, or you may discuss, you may ask the query to the expert. Otherwise, we will close this session. Suresh sir, I think everyone is feeling satisfied and we are grateful to you.
Thank you, sir.
Suresh
Welcome.
sir, there is one query in the group chat
Ji.
that can ML be used to protect the cybercrime?
Cybercrime. Definitely machine learning. Machine learning.
Towards this query, I want to add that definitely we can use the data analytics, the artificial intelligence. These are the, what are these behaviors? They are suggesting the numerous algorithms, and we are working on the cyber security, the different kind of the devices. As on the today talk, Dr. Saurabh has elaborated the role of the IoT, the wireless sensor of communication. The everything is being interconnected with one another. So we can't make the wall that is one discipline could not interfere. So definitely they are interlinked with one another. So we can utilize the facilities of artificial intelligence, machine learning, the data sciences. So we can embed. So it is our practice, it is our innovation, or with reference to the application, we can deploy the novel set of the algorithms for the
With
better.
the help of adding to this one, with the help of IBM QRadar tool, we can identify the pattern and we can analysis. Okay, same type of thing attack has been done earlier from that IP address, and we can match and we can identify that one also. IBM QRadar is the, I think, best software for the cyber security. That is the best tool what I have observed during this day. Thanks. Over to Pankaj sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session. Has been responded by the acknowledgement of the participants. So you have delivered, you have conveyed the wonderful thoughts, wonderful knowledge among the participants. So we are grateful to you for sparing the time, for delivering the for handling the wonderful session. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Participants, now I close this session. And this was the last session, as this was the last session of the day. So in the tomorrow morning, we will meet at 10 a.m. So the schedule copy is already being available with you. So I do expect that everyone out of you should join this session on time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.